Did you know that the smartphone in your hand, the makeup you wear, and even the way you write might have roots stretching back thousands of years to ancient Egypt? It sounds crazy, right? But the brilliant civilization that built the pyramids didn't just leave us giant stone tombs. They were master innovators whose inventions are still shaping our world in surprising ways. Stick around, and I'll show you how the world of the pharaohs is secretly hidden all around you in your modern life. You'll never look at a tube of toothpaste the same way again. Let's start with something we all do every single day, writing. Before keyboards and pens, the Egyptians gave us one of the earliest forms of paper, papyrus. They took the papyrus plant, which grew abundantly along the Nile, sliced its stalk into thin strips, layered them, and pressed them together to create a smooth, durable writing surface. This was a revolutionary leap from carving on stone or clay tablets. It made information portable and accessible. And what did they write with? They invented ink by mixing soot, water, and plant gum. They created a black ink that has lasted for millennia. They even developed colored inks using different minerals. So, every time you jot down a note or print a document, give a little nod to the ancient Egyptian scribes who figured it all out first. Now, let's talk about beauty and personal care. That perfect cat eye look you see everywhere. Thank the ancient Egyptians. Both men and women in ancient Egypt used kohl eyeliner. They made it by grinding up a mineral called galena. But it wasn't just for looks. They believed the dark liner helped deflect the harsh desert sun's glare and even had magical healing properties to ward off eye infections. Modern science has actually shown that the lead-based substances they used could have stimulated the immune system. And it doesn't stop there. They also created eyeshadows from crushed malachite for green and ochre for reddish tones. They were pioneers in cosmetics, creating a look that has remained iconic for thousands of years. What about keeping those pearly whites clean? Before modern toothpaste tubes, the Egyptians were already thinking about dental hygiene. Archaeologists have found recipes for a tooth powder made from a mixture of crushed rock salt, mint, dried iris flowers, and pepper. Imagine brushing your teeth with that. They would mix this powder with their saliva to form a paste and rub it on their teeth with their fingers or a primitive toothbrush made from a frayed stick. While it might sound a bit abrasive, it shows an incredible awareness of oral health. They understood that cleaning your teeth was important, laying the groundwork for the mini fresh paste we use today. Let's move on to something bigger. Construction and engineering. When you think of ancient Egypt, you think of the pyramids. These massive structures are a testament to their engineering genius. But it's not just about stacking big blocks. To build them, they needed sophisticated tools and techniques. They invented and perfected things like the lever, the ramp, and the plumb bobber weight on a string used to ensure walls were perfectly vertical. This simple tool is still used in construction today to get everything perfectly straight. They were masters of quarrying, cutting massive stone blocks with precision using copper tools and sand as an abrasive. Their ability to organize a massive labor force, manage complex supply chains, and execute a building plan on such a grand scale, the foundation of modern project management. And how did they keep track of everything? From tracking the flooding of the Nile for farming to organizing the construction of temples, they needed a reliable calendar. The Egyptians developed one of the first 365-day calendars. They based it on the solar cycle and the appearance of the star Sirius, which coincided with the annual flooding of the Nile. They divided the year into 12 months of 30 days each, with an extra 5 festival days at the end. This system is remarkably similar to the calendar we use today. Their ability to observe the cosmos and apply it to daily life was groundbreaking and essential for their society to function and thrive. Let's talk about medicine. While their medicine was a mix of practical remedies and magic spells, the Egyptians made significant medical advancements. The Edwin Smith Papyrus, one of the oldest surviving medical texts, is practically a surgical textbook. It describes 48 cases of traumatic injuries. including fractures, dislocations, and wounds, and provides rational, scientific treatments for many of them. It details how to examine a patient, make a diagnosis, and offer a prognosis. They understood how to set broken bones with splints and stitch up wounds. While they might have chanted a spell for good measure, their practical surgical skills were far ahead of their time and laid a foundation for clinical medicine. What about timekeeping on a smaller scale? We have smart watches and digital clocks, but the Egyptians invented ways to tell time throughout the day. They created obelisks that acted as giant sundials, tracking the movement of the sun's shadow to mark the hours. For telling time at night or on cloudy days, they invented the water clock, or clepsydra. This was a stone vessel with a small hole at the bottom that allowed water to drip out at a constant rate. Markings on the inside of the vessel indicated the passing hours as the water level dropped. It was a simple but effective way to measure time, an invention that was used for centuries across the ancient world. Even in our homes, we see echoes of ancient Egypt. Think about door locks. To secure their homes and temples, the Egyptians invented a pin tumbler lock system. It consisted of a wooden ball on the door with a set of pins in a slot above it. A large wooden key with corresponding pegs could be inserted into the bolt. When the key was lifted, its pegs would raise the pins, allowing the bolt to be slid open. This basic principle using a key to move pins and unlock a bolt is the very same concept behind the metal pin tumbler locks that secure most of our homes today. It's an incredible example of an ancient idea. That was so good, we've only really upgraded the materials. From the way we write, to the makeup we apply, the buildings we construct, and even the way we secure our homes, the fingerprints of ancient Egypt are everywhere. They weren't just a civilization of mummies and myths. They were brilliant problem solvers, engineers, and innovators. Their legacy ain't just buried under the desert sand. It's alive and well in the technology we use every single day. So next time you check the time, put on eyeliner, or even brush your teeth, take a moment to appreciate the ancient geniuses who helped make it all possible. What do you think is the most surprising Egyptian invention? Let me know in the comments below. It's amazing to think about how these ancient ideas have traveled through time to reach us. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this journey back in time, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more amazing stories from history. See you next time.